Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful and pivotal moments in all of spiritual literature. It's Lord Krishna's profound counsel to the great warrior Arjuna, delivered right on the battlefield of destiny in the Bhagavad Gita.
It's a question we all face, right? But just imagine, what if your duty demanded the absolute unthinkable? What if it meant you had to fight your own family, your beloved teachers, your dearest friends? Well, that is the exact crisis that sets the stage for everything we're about to explore.
So let's picture the scene. Two colossal armies are ready for war. The conch shells have been blown, but the hero of the hour, the legendary warrior Arjuna, suddenly just throws down his bow. He's completely paralyzed by grief, by the sheer horror of fighting his own people. And it's into this moment of total crisis that Lord Krishna begins to speak.
Now, Krishna's first argument isn't about winning or losing. No, it's about something much, much deeper. It's about Arjuna's specific purpose in this world, his sacred duty, also known as swadharma.
Krishna begins with this incredibly powerful verse, chapter 2, verse 31. Swadharmam api chaviksya, navikampitam arhasi, dharmya di yudaj shreyonyat, kshatriyasaya navidyate. So what's he saying here? Krishna is basically reminding Arjuna who he is. He's not just some guy. He is a kshatriya, a warrior, a leader, a protector of society. And for a kshatriya, there is no greater, no nobler calling than to fight for a just and righteous cause. Let's break this down a little. Swadharma means your own personal duty, the one that aligns with your very nature. As a warrior, Arjuna's job is to protect the innocent and uphold cosmic order, or dharma. So in this context, the fighting he's being asked to do isn't just random violence. It's a necessary action to restore balance. By stepping up and fulfilling this duty, Arjuna isn't just fighting a war. He's actually aligning with his highest purpose.
But Krishna doesn't just leave it at that. He then does something brilliant. He completely reframes the entire situation. He tells Arjuna that this terrible battle he's dreading, it's not a curse. It's actually a rare and glorious opportunity.
He continues in verse 32, Yadrit chayaya, kopapannam, swargadwaram apavartam, sukhina, kshatriya partha, labante yuddham idrisham.
Wow, what a shift in perspective! Krishna is arguing that a righteous war, especially one that comes on its own, is like an open door straight to the heavens for a warrior. It's something to be welcomed, not feared. It's a rare gift.
I mean, think about the logic here. If Arjuna fights and wins, he gets the kingdom and restores dharma. Fantastic. But if he fights bravely and falls in battle, he is immediately promoted to the heavenly planets. So either way, he wins. From this point of view, for a warrior in his exact position to choose nonviolence, well, Krishna calls that the philosophy of fools.
Okay, so after making the positive case for fighting, Krishna now pivots. He paints a very, very stark picture of the devastating consequences of doing nothing. He shows Arjuna exactly what will happen if he just walks away. The warning in verse 33 is sharp and clear. Atha chetvam imam dharmyam sangramam na karishyasi, tatha swadharmam kirtim cha hitva papam avapsyasi.
And there it is. The stakes are laid bare. Refusing to fight isn't some neutral act of peace. No, it's a direct failure of duty that will actively bring sin upon him. And it will cost him something every great warrior values above all else, his reputation.
And Krishna drives this point home even harder in verse 34. Akirtim chapi bhutani kathaya shanti te avyam sambhavitasya chakirtir maranad atirichyati.
This line is just absolutely chilling. The loss of honor, the permanent stain of infamy, is presented as a fate that is literally worse than death itself. I mean, the physical body comes and goes, but your legacy, your honor, that lasts forever.
So you see the choice Krishna presents is just black and white. There's no gray area. One path is upholding your duty, which leads to honor and even heaven. The other path, abandoning your duty, which leads straight to sin, everlasting shame, and a path towards hell. It's an incredibly stark and uncompromising decision. And for the final blow, Krishna makes it incredibly personal. He aims his next argument directly at Arjuna's pride and his identity as a warrior among his peers.
Just listen to how precisely he frames this in verse 35. Bhayad ranad uparatam mamsyante tvam maharathaha, yesham chatvam bahumato bhutva yasyasi laghavam.
Krishna is essentially saying, Arjuna, don't you dare think for a second that these other great warriors on the other side, guys like Duryodhana and Karna, will see your withdrawal as compassion. No way. They will only see it as pure cowardice. You, the man they hold in such high esteem, will become a nobody in their eyes.
And so, we come right back to this central, crushing idea. For Arjuna, the judgment of his peers, the loss of all respect, being labeled a coward, that is the fate Krishna argues is so much more terrible than any physical death he could ever face in battle. Ultimately, Krishna's counsel forces Arjuna to look past his immediate, overwhelming feelings and to consider his higher purpose. And, it leaves us with a question for our own lives, doesn't it? When we face those really tough choices between what feels easy and what our duty truly demands, how do we respond?
That powerful choice Krishna lays before Arjuna, it's a question that really echoes through the ages. And it's exactly this kind of timeless wisdom that we love to explore together here on Gyan Kosh.
Thank you so much for joining us. We're a multilingual channel, and we're really passionate about sharing this kind of profound spiritual wisdom in a way that's clear and meaningful for everyone.
Here at Gyan Kosh, we share spiritual wisdom in English, Hindi, Marathi, Tamil, and Bengali, and we've got more major languages on the way soon. Our whole goal is to bring you the timeless treasures of Sanatan Dharma. On our channel, you'll find daily videos on everything from the Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita to the Mahabharata, Lalita Sahasranamam, the teachings of great saints, and so much more, all available in multiple languages. So, if you find this content valuable, please subscribe to Gyan Kosh. That way you'll get notified about our daily videos, and don't forget to like, share, and spread this divine knowledge with your family, your friends, and your community. Let's work together to keep the light of Sanatan Dharma shining bright.